Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to World of Tanks. Have a little bit of an interesting one for you. A little bit of me complaining about premium spam, even though I was only hit by like 3 rounds. But it's the journey from getting from the beginning to the end that was extremely interesting. First off, I know for a fact I don't want to go into the town down to the south. Mainly because they have some pretty nasty weapons, and, well, this tank is not known for its the chassis armor at all. I want to use the turret, and thankfully I had the western spawn, because that means I can hide the cupola for the most part. And here comes the first unsuspecting victim. Hello there, little Russian double barrel. Now, in hindsight, when I was reviewing this video, the footage, I realized I could overmatch just about everything on the roof of the tank, so I didn't even have to aim for the commander's hatch there. I could have literally just aimed above the guns and started punching through the roof, because I actually don't know if it was penetration or if it was overmatching, but everything I do to that tank, it feels good, because I've been double shot by the tier 10 before, and being able to seal, well, can't quite say seal club this time because there is nothing here because I'm bottom tier. But it's... premium rounds are being thrown around. High explosives soon, but for the most part, they're not hitting me. And I should have never fired at that one because that would have never been a penetration. I should have reloaded high explosive in expectation of that, and they just aimed right for the gun to break it. And that's one thing I do every now and then. I'll aim to break another tank's weapon just to mess with them a bit, and I'll fire like 2 or 3 high explosive at them just so I know that it's broken, just so that they can't hit me as easily. But this is where we stand. Team's down 2 vehicles already. 2 tier 8s, not a surprise, because, I mean, we're in a tier 10 game. What do you think the tier 10s and 9s are going to be shooting at? Each other? Not a chance. Down to the south, looks like my team was losing this city, but it looks like they're winning. Well, not quite. It looks like the majority of the enemy higher tier vehicles are heading down that way, whereas ours looks like it is actually just the tier 9s that went down that way, so I have no idea what's going to happen. Well, I do now because I played the match. Now, what I'm doing is I'm waiting to see if I can get a shot into the 263. I want to shoot to the left or the right of the gun, and I want him to be angling kind of like that, because that'll be an easy penetration. I can overmatch the inner plate. Hey, medium tank. Oh, hey, tank destroyer again. I want to aim right there, except for RNG wasn't with me. Now, why I was aiming there is because you can actually overmatch those locations, and, well, I start to reload high explosives because I'm thinking I can actually punch through and do a little bit higher damage roll. And then I lose my commander to a high explosive round from the WZ-121. Because, why not? So I start reloading an AP round, and I start checking behind me because I didn't actually at the time see that the AMX-30 was still alive at the bottom of the map, because they were actually under the Carnarvon. So when I looked down, it didn't seem like anything was amiss, other than the fact that the bottom was open. I was just thinking, okay, who's going to get the shot into my back? Then when I checked, I saw the D-75 was parked there, and I thought, oh, okay, well, they'll probably shoot the D-75 or the SU-130 before they'll fire at me. So I can continue fighting with the enemy team right here. So 263 is the primary target for what I want to do. And then I see a UDES back there. I'm just thinking, okay, it's not looking so good now. I have no idea where the UDES is at, so it could be anywhere. But I want to get back to the fight with the 263. And I peeked and I didn't see them, but they're actually looking inwards. And what you saw me do there is every now and then when I feel like I'm about to be shot by a high explosive or an AP round or a premium round, I'll try and jerk the turret away and make it a smaller profile, or get them to bounce off one of the cheeks when it becomes an auto ricochet angle. And it also leaves the barrel exposed for a little bit longer, so there's a higher chance of the barrel being broken, but you live and you learn. However, this dude doesn't get to live and he doesn't get to learn. as he just got nuked out. However, we just lost the T-57 Heavy, which could arguably have been the most powerful tank on our team, depending on how it was used, but, well, it's gone now and we have to focus on other things. Oh, and we no longer have artillery because the UDES-16 just nuked them out. Poor shot by me there. I was aiming for the lower plate because I could see it without the fact that in the video you could clearly see just now. I could see the inner right side of the turret. Well, the inner right side of the little gun housing. And I could have fired into it, which is what I do here, except for I aim on the opposite side. Now, the UI is glitched there, and it was even like that during the match. I don't know why, but it was showing that the plate that I actually can't go through was penetratable, when I know for a fact that it's not. What I could actually fire at was the inner walls, and they can be overmatched, and that's what I actually hit. And I'm just thinking, hey, look, one shot. Oh, never mind. I bounced off of it because I don't know why. And there goes my engine to the UDES, and that was a premium round. In case no one is aware, I do not like premium rounds. Whenever I see someone throw a premium round, I always see it as an excuse for someone to just have a higher chance to penetrate a vehicle due to RNG and stuff like that. And I always let the cards fall where they may. That being that I don't carry premium rounds. And not all my matches are good, because every now and then RNG will literally just slap me in the face with an insta ammo rack. And I'm trying to figure out where I was being shot from by him, because if I could get the general angle, I was going to see if we could get the T-95 to push up, get an angle on him, and we could get him in a crossfire. But as you can see, the UDES is picking us apart, and we can't see him. Now, this is a poor call on my part driving out like this, but I really didn't want anyone out on the other side to just drive in and join us over here, because I'm potentially one to shot to anything with a 150mm gun. The SU is, and there goes my engine again. However, we did get the shot there, but I fluffed it and smacked the back of the SU-130. And while all that was happening, we've evened out the match. We've got a tank's advantage over them. They have artillery, though. And as anyone would know, you don't have an advantage in tanks if there's artillery in play, because they can hit you no matter where you're at, because balance. And then me whining about him spamming premium rounds. And I don't know if he fired premium rounds the entire match or not, but the end game result, he did almost 8,000 damage. So regardless of what he was doing a decent job of it. Whereas we never or rarely had eyes on him, so there wasn't much we could do to fight back. And now here comes the thing I was worried about, them actually starting to push through right in front of us, because right now they could catch us in a crossfire, and the ones right here could rush around while the team on the south pushes through. So they could catch us. Now, what you just thought there was a little bit of lag. It didn't register, but what had happened was he backed up into me, I had gotten stuck on something, and I pushed the A key to turn, and it actually didn't respond immediately. And first thing I normally do when vehicles don't respond is check the millisecond response time. It was green, so I don't know what actually happened there, and I still don't know now, because by all intents and purposes, I just did that, and it wouldn't let me move, except for I'm not jacked up on anything. Because I can still turn and I can still move. So that was just a little unexplained bug that occurred. But it looks like the team is starting to come back from what could have been a loss, as the T-100 LT is putting in good work and he's picking the enemy apart. And while they're doing that, our T-95 is basically holding the line to my left all alone. However, that doesn't have to be the case, because the TVP is also over there. Granted, it's only the Tier 8, but I mean, we're in a Tier 10 game, so hopefully he loaded the premium rounds to be like just about everyone else on the team. If not, he's got some skill. T10, I can't support the T-95 against that because they're on the opposite side of the hill. Well, the tiny little rays of dirt. What can I do for this T-95? Well, I can't spot the UDES because every time any of us over here have tried to spot him, he's outspotted us and lit us up. I can't provide fire support because the T-10's on the wrong side of the hill. T-95 could potentially be rushed by the T-10 and the UDES, and the T-95 would lose track and it would play out how you'd expect. However, it does not go how you'd expect because the UDES 16 just took out the E-75. I'm looking for a shot on the T-10. Now, the E-75 was behind me, so that indicates to me that the... Oh, can we get the shot? Yeah! But before, the UDES taking out the E-75 indicated to me that... Oh, can we get a blind shot? Come on, baby. Nope. They stopped. But to me, that immediately let me know that the UDES was no longer down near where the T-95 was pushing from. They were actually down towards where, in the general line, that the Gorilla 15 was. And that was a little bit encouraging, because that means I could play a little bit more aggressively, and I could poke a bit. And poke I do. And get a slight low roll, because balance. RNG. But they don't last much longer. And the UDES 15-16 on my team actually just dropped the enemy 705A, and finally the UDES 16 is spotted. And how much health are they going to be on? Oh, they're at half health. I stopped there because I was thinking they're going to swing out far enough I could get a shot between the buildings down towards where their location was at. That was poor to assume that of me. I should have just kept down on the W key and just kept flooring it across the map. But because I didn't, I actually maybe got to survive a little bit longer until the end. Because me going through the open, well, I'm a heavy tank. I don't have camouflage on my side. I don't exactly have speed on my side. But what I do have is a one-shot UDES 16 in front of me. And another thing to note during this entire video, I was extremely tired because I had played this match 15 minutes before I went to sleep, and tired reaction skills right there. That's how the match ends. Hope you enjoyed it. Be safe out there, my pack. Happy hunting, and as always, I'll see you later.